Okay, back with another live stream on the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July and Independence Day and all that. So now for something completely different, let's work on computers again. Oh, that's not different, is it? Okay, well then we'll do it anyway, because it's what I want to do today. Okay, well, yesterday on the 3rd, that's how come I noticed that, how come I remembered the 4th of July was today. I didn't get to work on the computers. I woke up, I got up early enough, 7:30 or something, and I thought, unusually, to that day, I thought, oh, I think I feel better than I've felt in a long time. Well, it was a darn good thing, because our sewer line was stopped up, and I had to go outside. And, of course, here in Texas, North Texas, it's been 102, 104 every afternoon. In the mornings, it's 90, 95 or whatever. I think it was 91 when I came in after 3 hours of being outside working. I noticed. I didn't look. I didn't take time to look, during the time I was out there. But I came in for 5 or 10 minutes a couple of times. But anyway, I was out there about 3 hours, getting it unstopped and everything. And while I was out there, I was running. Those things can be very useful. I mean, if you got a hard clog, it's not going to get it out. But those things you can put on your water hoses that are made out of rubber and they expand, you got to get the right size for your sewer line. If it's not big enough, it won't work. And if it's too big, of course, it won't go in there. But we have 3 of them now. So anyway, I put one in there and ran it. And in the meantime, I got out there. I had those computers out in the garage, and I've been debating about, setting one up for my server, since my server is still sitting over here on the table, waiting for me to figure out what to do with it. The fan, was making noise, and the hard drives are making too much noise. I think it may be on its way out too. So I'm thinking maybe I should just use another machine. And the one that's ready to go just needs reformatting. I booted it up to Parted Magic, and ran a bench test app on it and the hard drive checking app on it. And the hard drive, it's just like most of them that are very old. It's only a 30 gig, but that's actually just enough to set up your server on, because I only have like 2 or 3 gig worth of stuff in my website anyway. And I don't need to store files on it. I don't really want personal files on it in case somebody broke on into the server or something, I don't want anything important on there. I've got a few on this server, because it's an 80 gig hard drive, and I need a place to put some stuff. But then I forget it's over there, Can't find it, because that's not how I've always done it, I've tried to always keep my personal files off the server. But it's actually, I call it the Smiley Gateway, because it looks like it has a smile on its face. And it's a 2.8 gigahertz. I know one of them was a 1.7 gigahertz, and I guess that's the other one. It's an HP, the one that has it'd be fine. It just has a broken plug, the female plug on the power supply. It's broken and needs replacing. And I'm sure I can get one out of one of the old broken power supplies I have out there. Ones that the plug's good, but the rest of it's bad. It's just going to take time to do it, But if it's the 1.7 gigahertz, I did make videos on them, and I can go back and look at my own videos, and I could have, but it was easier to just, since that one is just sitting there on the desk and ready for me to turn on. It was just hot, I thought, well, I really need to be out here anyway, so I can keep checking that sewer line. Oh, and something I forgot and learned again was when you use those expandable deals to wash out your sewer line, well, don't expect the water to go down as long as that thing is expanded and plugging it up, right? I mean, it's obvious. Well, I kept saying, why hasn't it gone down? Man, I'm getting worried, is it going to work? Finally, I thought, okay, I'm going to turn it off and try to I shoved what I had done originally. I've kind of learned this over the years. The water hose is not very stiff, or ours isn't anymore. It isn't, and some of them are, but ours isn't real stiff. It's actually in pretty good shape. It's one of those that'll stand all kinds of weather. And they do tend to be more flexible, I think. Anyway, till it hits something and then stop and turn it on. That way it's right there at the clock. And I figured it was going to be roots and probably paper caught on it, or something. We generally try not to put paper in there anymore because we've had so much trouble. We've replaced that sewer line from the house to the street. We've had it done twice, and well, it's been over a 30-year period, I guess, and it's been 10 or I guess it's been around 18 to 20 years since we did it last time. But we just haven't. Well, it costs so much money, and we haven't. We actually saw there. I'm not sure whether it's really in our yard or if it's under the street. Because if it's in our yard, we have to do it, and if it's in the street, the city will do it. They don't have to, but they will, But they stuck a, fiber optic camera down in there, and I saw where the line had just done like this. They say it's in our yard, so we haven't fixed it, but it still works as long as you don't put too much paper and stuff in there. Anyway, that's where the roots would get in for sure, and we put root killer in there all the time, but I guess we hadn't done. It's been getting dry, and I hadn't really thought about it. I don't know when was the last time. Might have been a month or at least a month, maybe 2 months since it's been put in there. Root killer I'm sure it helps a lot. I know it does. But anyway, especially in the dry weather, roots look for water. And of course, where's water in this sewer line? So anyway, I turned off the water, and it still didn't go down. I thought, oh no. And so then I started pushing on it, and it moved a little, and then the water all went down. So I thought, oh great, I broke it loose. Because otherwise, I used to go rent a rotor reader and do it. It's such heavy, hard work. I can't really hardly do it anymore, especially in the heat. So, actually, I guess I could have went and got one because my Blazer's got the carburetor off. My van is not in driving condition either. It'll run, but it's not in driving condition. So, I wouldn't have a truck to go get it with. So, good. I can't do it. But I remember I used to carry it on the tailgate of my Blazer because there's not room in the back to put it in there. And then it took everything I had to be able to lift it off there and set it down because I'd always get the biggest one with the heaviest cable. Then I stuck it back. Then I just kind of left it where it was, or maybe went down a little further I left it where it was, where it broke everything loose and the water went down, then turned it back on for another 20-30 minutes. Then I got it off of there and ran water through it, just straight through it for a while. Flushed everything a few times and watched, and I couldn't see, actually, the way that pipe is down there, I couldn't actually see the water, but I could hear it real well, flowing really well. So it's fine today. We've had to do it. It's become a routine. I'm just usually not the one doing it. But I was the only one here that could do it, so my mom can't do it. So, and I was able to do it yesterday. Sometimes I'm not even up to being able to do the water hose thing. Anyway, but it did wear me out because I'm used to being in here, and I haven't been outside much at all, for 30 minutes at a time when the weather was in the 80s, 85. But so let's say it was probably 90, 91 the whole time I was out there. I'm sure it was because it gets to be 9. If it's any lower than 90, it's going to be before 10 in the morning, and I went out there around 10. Because I came in about 1. So anyway, that's my big story. That's my 4th of July story, or my 3rd of July story. And so no working on the computer. I was so tired. I just didn't work. I didn't even feel like turning on a camera and talking. I did have about 5 videos to rename and put descriptions in all in. So I did that and watched a video or 2 after that. Went to bed early. So the IBM server, I kept wanting to get it back together and do something with it, or else get another one and get it in here because I was worried about that. But my backup server is working. Let me check it. I haven't checked it today. Let's go look. I didn't check the sound. Yes, I did. I checked it without even having to tell you I was doing it. I try to learn to do that, but it's generally hard for me to do. But I managed to sneak it in there. Of course, you can always see me looking. What I could, if you see me looking over to the left, I'm checking my stream at the laptop over there. So let's see. There we go. Uptown Robot. That's one that I can remember the name of. There's another one I use too, but actually I like this one. So, okay, it's been up for 23 hours and 56 minutes. So even though it's, where's the temperature on here? It's gone. it gone. It's gone on both machines. The temperature server must be not working because it's not on showing up on the laptop or the because you know it usually shows up on my desktop. What time is it? I'll do it. I'm curious now. So it's 73.4 in here, just wonderful, cool. And last night and early this morning, it was 71 in here in my room. Well, it shows 95 outside, and the sun is just around the corner, so it shouldn't be shining. It's of no use in the mornings. You know, the outside thermometer that's out just outside my window because the sun's shining on it. But in the afternoon, between about 2, it's almost 2, 1:59. Between now and the rest of the evening, I can flip it over there and it'll be accurate. Yeah, 93.4. So it's usually it starts getting up to 100 at 102 and 104. Every day that seems like the hottest part of the day has been 6:30 in the evening, which just a few weeks ago that was getting close to dark. I never have like daylight savings time. It's just weird and confusing. But anyway, it went down for, when was it, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I didn't even realize it. Of course, well, I don't have my email set up. That's the next thing I'm going to do because I haven't been able to check my email without turning on that other machine. And the other day I tried it, and it brought in everything but my charter email. So I don't know what was going on. I didn't want to try to fix it. But it was such a short amount of time. It just showed 0. It was timed out for 0 hours, 0 minutes. It was probably when I was rebooting the router. Sometimes it'll catch it. Sometimes it won't when I reboot the routers and the modem and stuff. And then before that, when I first time I turned it on, it was up for 47 hours. And I think the one before that is when I had it off. It's 2 hours and 42 minutes. That's when I had the server down and I didn't try to turn on the backup server because I just thought I'd fix it quick enough. And then I realized you're not going to fix it that quick, you know. So, let's see. Let's go. Where do I want to get? Yeah, okay. I think I'll go. It looks different now. I can't see that area right there. Okay. I think I will go and my previews went to a white screen and it just makes me think there's something wrong. Okay, my script. I updated my script after I ran it. Let's go to the output file first. And I'll just try to, if I can possibly do anything quickly, I'll try to go over it. So this is just copy and paste the total output of the last time I ran the script is what it is. So, you know, and if you haven't seen my script, I've made, the last several videos have been me making it. And, well, the day that I ran it, I was running the script and working on the IBM at the same time, so I kept flipping back and forth. But they're all, you know, in my previous videos. And I've got a playlist for this. I started it out saying, you know, I got malware, and then I thought, well, I just kept going because this is all related, except for the IBM server, they're all related to the malware recovery, you know, or prevention of it ever getting me since I got the close call of it getting me. Anyway, SU for super user privileges, type in the password, go to the folder, and let's see, here's the script right here. And that's what you type to run it. And if you're already, you need to get in, the easiest way to, well, you need to get in that folder. So first you got to get in that folder. Whoops, I edited the file. This is the file I can edit. And so then I said DNF update was the first thing I have it run. And then it ran, I don't know how long it ran for. I don't think there's something there to tell you. Well, I guess, yeah, there is a time. So let's see how long it ran. I was curious about that. July the 1st, 9:55, 53 seconds. Okay, 9:55 a.m. Central, CDT, Central, what? It should be at Central Standard Time. What is CDT? That must be some other, not my time, you know, what my machine's set to. I don't know what it is. So it finished, and it didn't have errors or anything. There was some file skipped, you know, here and there, because I used the skip broken, and there were some things that couldn't be found and couldn't be done. And it's finished at, oh, that's just the same time as when it started. So that doesn't tell you when it finishes. Oh, that's not the time of that. That's the metadata, last metadata expiration check on the Fedora repos. Okay, I'm not paying attention. So anyway, when it got finished, I saw that everything was good except for, I think maybe I had to answer yes or no to the updates. So I had it just DNF update. So I changed it. I'll show you how I changed it. I'm just going to go view so I don't accidentally mess this up. Now, I'm actually going to perhaps edit this thing. So, yeah, there's something else I want to add to it because there's updates available. So I wanted to run it again and see that everything I did worked. So I'm going to do that. Open with. I haven't been able to change. I want kwrite to be what it opens with, but for some reason, I don't know. Maybe I should get in root mode and see if I could do it that way. But now I'm curious. Okay, let's see, because it's really bugging me that I can't do that anymore. Open up Crusader in root mode and get root privileges. You know that is. Oh. Oh. I just typed the root password wrong. Thought I remembered it, but I didn't. Okay. Oh, it's in there. It opened this up quick. I never saw it. Okay. Let's see if we can change the file permissions from here. Not file permissions, but associations. No, it doesn't work in there either. I don't know why they decided to drop that, but that is something I've depended on for years. Yeah, it don't matter how many times you click it. I don't know, maybe you can turn it on and off in the settings. Can you search the settings? It's bugging me enough to go ahead and try to fix it. I've been just not messing with it, but because we might be, if I have Thunderbird file manager on here, I should be able to do it from in there. But that's not the thing. This is file permissions and default program for Crusader to open them up with. See, and well, I'm not going to spend forever figuring it out now. I'll figure it out later, like when I'm in my settings, when I'm in the mode of doing that. So I'll right click. Open with, that's what I keep saying, and the longer I wait, the more it aggravates me. But I've been trying to wait. A lot of these things that I just do as I go, I've been trying to wait and do them on the video. So there's a lot of settings I haven't changed. So I changed it to DNF Y, put Y update, space Y update on the end. And that should stop it from asking you yes or no, do you want to do this, you know. And then I did the same thing. I have it also in there at the very last thing after everything's installed. It does it again. So, and here's my little section of hand type stuff. I've got more. And I have another. So I'm just going to leave that cursor. Well, let's put a space in there. Leave that cursor. Let's see. I've got my backup drive now. So. So let's make those the same, and now I can go get on my backup drive on that side and documents. So what I need is some of my older. Actually, I may have them in this. Did I put them on this machine? Yeah, I did. Okay, so let's just do it that way. Go back to equal. Let's see. See what else. There's a small enough amount of folders I can actually read through them. Okay, yeah. So my yum install files. There are some. I see there's some DNF ones right there that really ought to be in the DNF folder. But right now I won't worry about that so much. Let's see, apps list 2.18.18. That was a while back, but okay, let's see. That's another script. Just open it up and see. Oh, okay. This is one made of from. Yeah, I remember opening one of these kind of up. And I can see it's probably going to stop right there because that needs to be deleted. You don't want, those are returns when you see those big old spaces. And I wasn't sure. You have to make sure you're in a program that displays it right for that to be sure that that's even right when you see that. But this one does, this Puma. I'm in Puma now. I just let it open up with the default. Pluma, P-L-U-M-A. Let it open up. It actually makes it easy to spot them in Pluma the way it is. This is actually one long line. Some programs can't open it up. Now, see, some of them, like that one, I'm not sure if that's a return or not. It's easier to just do search and replace in well, it depends on how many there are. Search and replace in LibreOffice. It's easier. Well, it is for me because I have a hard time. Like, I don't know about this one. Is this one? Depends on how long the next word is. If it's, yeah, it probably isn't one. I might have messed up something there. That's the other thing. If you mess up, I don't know where I am now. I was doing pretty good. Okay, space. Yeah, I don't think. You'll end up optical ray tracer. You'll end up deleting one of your letters if you don't watch out. Yeah, that's not a return. That's just because the next word section is too long to fit. That's why it's hard to manually do it. That one was one though. Anyway, I already did this in LibreOffice, but sometimes it doesn't see them all for some reason. And so you end up maybe having to do manually. Okay, so I thought I would open one of these up. I don't want to use, this is every app on my Lenovo i5 at the time I ran this. I actually even turned it into a script. Let's see, KSysGuard. Okay. There it is, KSysGuard. KSysGuard x86-64, KSysGuard libs. Okay. And see, this is everything, and there's some things that I really don't want on there, so I'm not going to run this script or make it or update it or whatever and run it. I'm going to just pull out some of my apps, like that one. I knew it. Trying to move that over to the next. Now, I knew that it. I have a newer one over here. I know that too. A newer one. So I thought it did, unless I put it in that folder by accident. But I'm going to sync those over in a minute, but not right this second. Okay, so KSysGuard. I think that if I leave off the .x86-64, it will automatically install the one that fits my system. I think that's what DNF will do. So that should be it right there. See, it's doing that. Okay. Yeah. Just one space is all you want. See, that's kind of hard to tell. Now, if I go in here in the view and turn off the word wrap, then I'll be able to tell. Now I can tell. It's a little more, it's easier to work in your program. It's easier to read it if it's not turned on, and that's the default for it to be on. But if I'm going to sit here and do that, it's so much easier to do that. So now I can save it. And this one's in Kwrite. I like Kwrite, working in Kwrite better because it highlights the colors of of the commands and stuff, the script syntax, and it makes it easy to see that you're getting it right and stuff. See, Pluma doesn't do that. Of course, that's yellow because I was doing a search. Let's see how many times it's in there. How come it's not going to the net? Oh, it is. It's just not going as fast as I thought it would. So, not sure what happened with my preview. I'm pretty sure I stopped it, but it's a black screen. So it made me think something was wrong. So I'll let it play again for a little bit. So case sysguard is mentioned in there over and over. I don't know why. So let's see. I don't actually know another app that I want. The other thing I was thinking about doing, I'm going to leave it. Actually, let's go ahead and close it because I'm going to go ahead and sync. I'm going to organize this by alphabetical order, and I'm going to see if there's the ones that say DNF. There's only 4 of them. Okay, synchronize to the left. I'm just going to say both. No, to the yeah. Okay, they don't look like they were there. Okay, no, I think they are there. Okay, July. What's July 4th? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, override. Yeah, I just changed that one. Oh well. I don't know if it overrode them all or just that one, but anyway, that's good. That's actually what I wanted. Now, I don't want those in the yum list. Yeah, I don't want them in the yum list. It gets me, obviously gets confusing. This is, see, originally it was yum installs list. Let's see, is there a search button now? DNF, let's see if DNF is in there. There's one more. Your yum list installed apps redirecting to DNF. Okay. Just double click on it and it'll take you to it, or it should. I don't think it did. It may be highlighted. Doesn't look like it. Keep going. The highlighting is different. What it is the and it's not. I can't see things the way I could in Fedora 23, and it's not it's the theme. It's using a Crusader theme. All the icons are weird for me. And let's see, view file, edit file. I'm gonna say view file. Okay. Oh, this is just And this is my little command. Yeah, the yum list installed. Okay. Redirecting to DNF. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that in there because it's not set up to be DNF. I mean, it would be good. I think I already have one in this folder. DNF group list, there's one. Oh, maybe I don't. Well, I'm thinking then I should have left. I'm going to say edit. Yeah, now I can say DNF. I'm not going to turn it into a script. I just want to be able to copy and post it. That's fine. Oh, yum. I don't want the name of it to be yum either. Okay, now. Now what I'm going to do is save as. And change all that, because now it's going to be the command that it'll tell you the command. I'll just do it that way. Whoops. Oh. DNF list installed command. There. Okay. Because I've been recently having to go back to my blog and stuff to find that. I never can remember how well, it's too complicated for me to remember all the exact syntax. Okay, so now I just went through, let's see, yeah. This is the side. Okay, what was the other thing? Oh, yeah. Looking for the one that would be, there's the one about finding the kernel you're running. One I kept wondering where the command was. Okay, that's just a folder for the web page I saved, I think. Yeah. But that's not where we're headed for right now. Okay, so I wanted to find, I guess, Don's favorite apps or something. Not sure what I named it. Yeah, it's going to be too many for me to eyeball it. So let's try to search. This time I'm going to use wildcards. I have no idea which, what order those will be in, so maybe that'll work. Nope, didn't work. I don't think I need those on the, or maybe I did. I lost my, there we go. What's this? Oh, this is the one where I have those commands. I'm going to open it and see. Let's go ahead and open up the browser first. It does that. Let's see. That would be the application finder. I've got it now, so I added it to my var up here, and it moves it. And then it usually stays after that. It moves it after the first time you do that. Now I just double clicked on that. Oh, that didn't work. You're not in the regular file manager, so I got to say view file. That'll be the wrong way. So I have to say feed to list box. I just don't remember what the results were, so I'll go back over. I mean, the search terms were. That's how I got to have some way of knowing what was I searching for, I can see, I think Smith spelled that, F-I-E-L-S. Anyway, I can see the name right there. Now it'll open up. Okay. And I'm checking my stream again. Well, that's nice and loud. I think when I reboot that laptop, the volume is going all the way to the top because I don't turn it up to the top hardly ever. Okay, yeah, this is one of that's my follow-up to the previous post about my favorite app. The ones that I can't find this to save my life on my blog, though. If I search for Don's favorite apps, Fedora apps, or anything, I never find it. So I saved it on my hard drive, but then it was on my backup drive, and I didn't have access to it for 5 days. By the way, my virus scan didn't take 10 days. It took 5 days. I figured it out. I got all confused when I was trying to figure out how long on the calendar when I was renaming that video and looking through it. I kept thinking that, how can that be right? Anyway, I had, those links aren't going to be any good anymore. I had links to the actual files, but that's 9.17.12 anyway, so, and 10. When I first really got into doing that in Fedora 14. But, oh yeah, okay. This is not going to be it anyway. This is the commands, though. that I just copied and converted over to DNF. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay. What I was looking for, how am I going to get back to where I was? When you do that search, you lose you can't just use your back button. So I'll just have to go to. Oh no, I was doing it from home Don. Yeah. Because there's so much more in the other directories, I have a hard time. Of course, it could be what I'm looking for is not in this directory, but let's see. Hand. I remember, I think I named it hand typed. Well, it didn't show up. I might not have named it typed. There. Yeah, hand typed. I don't know why it didn't show. I guess because I had the dash and not a space in there. It makes it harder to search sometimes. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put that in there so I'll have my choice of which ones to. Now, let's see what we got. Okay, some of those are scripts. Yeah, the ones that are scripts. Okay, 2.2.16. That's the newest one. Just gonna open it up. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, I did the installing RPM Fusion, but it's the exact version Fedora 21. That was the only way I knew how to do it back then. And then yum update, and then you can view Don's install list right there. Okay. Oh, and see, I was using the @make desktop. That's how you used to do to install a group. You could put a group command right in there like that, and it would work. At least I think it did. But I'm doing it what I believe is the new way, and I don't know that this old way will work. Like I said, sometimes it did work, and sometimes it didn't. I think on some of the newer versions, newer than 21. But it did work in 21, but 23 and 20. Well, it might have worked in 23, but not 25. I can't remember. Now the thing I don't want to do, I'm looking through this, and I don't see anything any different that I can imagine. Yeah, it's a short list. So, and that's the newest one I got. I thought I had a longer list somewhere. I don't guess I do. Let's see. Oh, there's one. Basically the same list. And that's even shorter. Okay, so I'm just going to have to add that stuff one thing at a time is all I can see to do. Okay, and yeah, okay, here's where I'm at right now. Okay, so I don't know anything else to add, and I don't want to spend forever. I'm going to just do those as I, have the need, because there's so much more that I need to get done. I'll probably keep updating this. That's what I thought last time. You see, I didn't really ever get around to. I don't know if that'll work, KSysGuard, just like that, but I'm just going to try it like that. If it doesn't work, then I'll probably just go into the GUI and install it that way. I found the command the other day. I actually thought it had to be k-sysguard or something. I guess I could go look before I start this script. I would like to know. I don't know if that'll help me. Well, let's just see. Let's just go to DNF. No, let's don't, because that might cause a lock. Because, see, that's already up and running. Because I want to run the script. Let's just leave it as it is. Is this the script or the... I think this is the script. So I'm going to leave it like it is. If it installs KSysGuard, then good. And if it doesn't, then I'll go from there. Yeah, I don't have KSysGuard or Sysguard or anything like that on here. And I've looked through all the menus too. Mate system monitor, task manager is all I've got. See if it's in there. Sometimes they're not where you think they would be. Okay, so, and what I do have, well, I'll just go to the menus because I like the app finder, but it doesn't always show every app on the system. So here's what I have right now. Well, I can do that while the script's running. Let's get the script running. Okay, now, so I want to have all the output from my script. So even though I like just going, open terminal here and using console, it doesn't always, when you got a long script, it may not get all the output. I mean, I don't know what, so many characters it cuts off and just cuts off the top. So I've been opening up the other terminal here, the default terminal for Mate Desktop is Mate Terminal, SU, let's see. Well, the reason I don't like using these other terminals is because now I got to get into that directory. Did something wrong. I don't remember. Maybe I need to put. I don't see a mistake in my typing, but okay, I needed to put that / at the beginning. Sometimes you don't have to. But now, my folder name is pretty long here, so I'm not going to try to type it out. I'm going to copy and paste it. That's why I don't like to have to type all because I'm not good at it. What did I do wrong this time? Well, let's maybe if you're in this case, you don't need the / There's some no such file or directory. Well, I just copied it out of there. Files. Command not found. I guess it's deer. I guess list is for Windows. I think it might be deer, but it's not letting me do it now. I've got so many errors in there. I don't like having all that at the beginning of my team viewer. Oh, you're not supposed to be in downloads. You're supposed to be in documents. So you've been yelling at me the whole time if you're watching. I guess there's probably no, well, there should be some more directories. No, I guess there's not any directories in there. So much as I hate, I don't like having that extra junk in there, so I'm going to do it again. And because I'm going to save it. Okay, and since I've already put in the password, oh no, never mind. You do have to put in the password, okay. This time I'll try to do it. Oops, that didn't work. I tried to use the arrow keys to get, that. There, finally. Okay, so actually that'll do it. Oh no, that's not the name of the script. This is the name of the script right here. Now before I do that, I'm going to open it up one more time. Oh, it tried to run it because I double clicked on it. Open with kwrite. I wonder why those other scripts didn't try to run then. Okay, yeah. KRFB, ksyscard. That's really the only. I mean, I made 2 changes since the last time I ran it. I added Y update and ksyscard, and I might have changed some of these to correct. I think there was a few. Can't remember since the last time I ran it. When I know I corrected some, but it might have been before then. So anyway, dot / or period / paste in that script name. I make it long and however I want to make it because I know I'm going to copy and paste it. So it should just be running. Yeah, I didn't stop and ask me yes or no. Do I want to install those updates? It went straight to doing the updates. So, and I tried that out, just running DNF update space /y, and I knew it was going to work. I tested that out. So I'll let that run. And now let's see. I've got a list to follow. I almost dropped my pen down on the floor where I couldn't get to it. So what I want next is importing my Thunderbird profiles. I thought that'd be a good thing to show. Yeah, and also I need to do Lucky Backup and get that to where it runs every day like it should. I don't have that set up yet. This won't take near as long, because everything's already done, but it will take a while for it to. I mean, there were like 70 some odd updates or something. I saw that when, first booted up earlier today, but I left it alone. And if some point here I'm going to set it to automatic updates, at least I think you can still do that. You have to find out the command. There used to be some commands you could run to set it up and get it going. Because I don't want to manually do it. It's a pain to have to do that all the time. And I never had a lot of trouble with things getting broken, automatic updates. You can, I guess it really depends. Like, I don't run proprietary video drivers anymore. If I did that, then that would be somewhere I'd probably have some trouble with. Anyway, yeah, it's still working, so I'll just check. We'll just check in on it every so often here. And I'll turn on my preview again because I'm going to pause it again. I'm not sure. If I let it run, it always just overwhelms that machine, and I let it run. I generally just forget. If I try to run it a little while, I'll forget for a long time. So, but I want to make sure I'm working. Okay. So on this side, I'm going to get into. Okay, .Thunderbird. Right here. I'll click on it so you can see it easy. That's the Thunderbird folder. There's the Thunderbird profile. Okay, yeah, there ain't one until you open up Thunderbird the first time, but I've already forgotten. I didn't mean to, but I opened it up already. So there is a default profile, and right here, Profiles IL9, I'll just hit View. I have to remember to edit this and change the name to the one that I'm going to import. That's the only way I know how to do this. They've never provided a way to do it within the program. But you'll just not be using this profile. You'll be using the one I'll be using the one I import. And so that's one main reason why I spent so much time. I think I'll do it that way because I always like to. I've got in the habit of putting my backup drive on the left when I get in there. I don't think I have I don't have a .Thunderbird, but I do have a. Should only have one folder, yeah. Lenovo i5, and it's all clean of viruses. I spent 5 days scanning it with ClamAV. So any spam that had Trojans and stuff in it won't be in the profile now, because I don't think I found any in there this time. Usually there is in any email system I've scanned. Now I have 2 profiles in here because the same thing. I did that when I set that system up, but that is 412.18. Why was it? I don't know why it's been accessed. Why its file date is 4/12/18, but the 6/27/18 should be the one. It's the newest one. But you can look in some certain folders and kind of see 6/27/18. Okay. Well, let's look at the other one now. Yeah, see 4/12/18, but then these others are 2/3/16. So I don't know. I guess I thought I couldn't remember what year I put in. Yeah, see, well those are too. So there's some files that just haven't been changed. Where's some mail? Oh, IMAP mail. That's I've been using Pop Mail, and that you can't just so I don't set up Thunderbird in more than one machine, because with Pop Mail you'll lose stuff every time, like everything you sent, and it's just real confusing and complicated. You'll end up with stuff scattered around your machines. But if you use IMAP, it'll sync. It'll always be in sync. All the machines will be in sync. And see, all these are running IMAP. Mail.bishopcoda@homeip.net. Oh, I tried to set up a local server. I don't think I ever got it going. AOL, Google, Yahoo. I probably need to just quit using AOL and Yahoo. They're under the same company now, and they've got all this intrusive. They're going to read your emails with their big data scanners, and all they want to do is advertise to you. But boy, there's so much potential for abuse and that kind of stuff. Kind of really always knew they always did all those free email systems. I always try to be careful about not putting anything too personal in them, but you will forget, And I don't really use Yahoo or AOL very much. I used to use the AOL as kind of like if I wanted to join something that I knew I was going to get spammed with advertisements, I would use it. And I got too many for about 3 or 4 years, and finally I don't know if I stopped them somehow or if they just quit. But I didn't use it for really any real emailing. I just use the ones the ones that I want to use. Personal email for that. Let's see. I was going to look and see. Yeah. HomeIP.net is the old dynamic forwarding service for my website, my IP address for my website, but it's the old one. I don't use it anymore. Okay, 11. Yeah, that's really old. 6/27/18. Okay, now let's go to this one. Well, there's not even a mail folder in there. So it doesn't have all that. So this one is definitely not the one I set up. This one is. Okay, so that's what I needed to know. Now we're in Home.Done Thunderbird. Let's see. Copy. And it might take a while. It's going to be pretty big. And then this profile's INI is going to be the one that's set up right. Oh, that's the way I could have told right quick. OPM Z45L. What I did was edit, and original was 5URN19. So I'll just edit this one like okay. So I'll do the same. I was this one up. Well, actually, I was afraid it would be read and used. That's why I did that. So I'm going to not do that. Things are happening slow. I think that must be working it pretty hard. Hit cancel. Let's see. Are we getting our copies done? Is it done already? Looks like it might be. I thought it would have taken a little longer than that. Let's do this synchronize. Let's see. This is the backup. This is the Home.Done Thunderbird. Synchronize. I forgot to show you what it looks like. Well, you've probably opened up Thunderbird before, and it'll tell you, don't you want to create an account? Well, once you put this in there and set the profile. Oh, I can still show it if I haven't edited the profile yet. It's not responding. Oh, it's not finished. See up there at the top? It's completely changed how it does, and that's all right actually. Changed how it does the notification that you're copying files. There's just a little bar with a % in there. Used to be a little window that you could, you know, a little small window that would open up, and it does it with sync still, I think, with the little window, and you can't do anything else in Crusader until the sync is done. But with file copies, well, that's that file. I don't remember which one it is, so I'm going to close it. With the file copies, you could another one, you know, and it would just keep opening up more windows. So anyway, this, I kind of like this in a way, because you can always, what I'll do, if something's in my way, half the time I'll hit X, you know, to get it out of my way. Most of the time I'm using things, not minimizing. So I have closed file copies on probably too many occasions to ever count by accident. And then it leaves half-copied files, so you really need to go back, just delete the whole thing and start over. And if you've gone a long ways, like this is going to be, it doesn't tell you, I don't like that. The other little window would tell you how many files it was copying and how, of course, the estimated file time, copy time wasn't ever accurate, but you did know how many. That's what I was waiting on. That's why I thought something was wrong. That estimate of, I don't know, maybe if you could tell that. I want to know how much files it's going to be copying. It's going to be 6 gigabytes. Properties over here, but it's really kind of making it's making Crusader slow down. I don't know that the machine's whole thing is necessarily slowing down, but Crusader is. It always does. Doing this is really going to use up resources too, so I'm not going to do it. It's copying pretty fast though. That backup drive is, you know, reading from it and writing over here on my machine, but that's pretty well. So anyway, this is not being edited, so I can get from the properties here. I can get that, and so this profile, before I edit it, if I open up, it's working. The whole machine is working slow enough, and see, I'm still making videos. I'm not going to give it any more to do. But I can go ahead and edit that. Well, I'm not wanting to edit that file yet. I wanted to open up Thunderbird and show what it normally looks like. I'm going to do it. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'll mess up my stream is what it is. I get confused now. I've been on so many different machines. I think, oh, I'm on the 8-core. I can do whatever I want, but I'm not 8-core. This one's running so much better. That's the brand new install. I know there was all kinds. That's the reason I don't want to just duplicate the old list of apps, because I know a lot of them are just, I wasn't even using them when they were running in the background, and the machine was really not all that great anymore. I thought it was slower than it used to be, and now I know for sure it was. But yeah, see how long it's taken to open that up? That was probably a bad decision, opening it up. If you see things slow down, you really don't need to be doing more. Just wait till what you get going is done. Yeah, that's really taking a long time. Yeah, it wasn't a good idea. Oh, now it doesn't even want to move back to the other directory. Oh, man, if I locked up my system, I'll really be mad at myself. Especially in the middle of a file copy. I'm going to get my preview playing and see what's going on, see if it's completely hosed. It'll start dropping frames of audio, video, or both. It won't even be able to, and it'll ruin the recording. Generally, if it's the machine slowing down, then it will mess up your backup recording too. Everything sounds and looks okay. I think I'll let the preview play, but keep the audio. It's 56%. Thunderbird has still not even tried to open up yet, because it will follow your mouse most of the time. Once in a while, it'll stay where you tried to open it. But if you move before it gets to a certain point during its opening, then it will. Yeah, I shouldn't have tried that. It will open. It'll go wherever you put your mouse. So anyway, now I need to wait for this copying to finish. and I need to wait for Thunderbird to open up before we move on. So I don't know what that. What's that waiting thing they used to do on TV? Up more programs or anything. I sat there and debated and then did it. I knew better than to try. I knew it was going very well. So, okay, so this time it opened up, but I'm not sure why it did that. Oh, there it is. Would you like a new email address? You know, would you like to get one? I think I looked at that one time, Gandhi.net. There, I think they've been in cahoots with that for a very long time. I don't remember anything about it other than I just thought, I don't want that, you know. So you could use existing mail and set up your accounts. That's kind of what I wanted to show. And that's the easiest way for me to set it up as an IMAP. But I already have a Hotmail account in there, so I'm going to see if I can just change this to be able to. But I tried it last year, and I remember getting all hung up and giving up and saying, I'll do it later, and then I never did. And you can say I'll configure my account later, but of course you won't have anything in here that works. It's not any point. So I do mess up and open it. Like if you don't, what I had learned is if you don't ever open it and you go ahead and import your profile, it won't do that. It used to. I don't know. I can't swear that it won't do that now, but it used to wouldn't do that. It would see that profile you put in there, and what you have to do, I don't think there is a .Thunderbird folder until you open it up, and you have to make one, put that profile in there, and then it'll just open up and work. But if you forget and open it ahead of time, it's going to make a false profile. And if you want to import all your emails, you know, or your backup, all your archives, everything, and all your other email accounts without having to set them all up one at a time, then you can copy them from your old GUI, and Thunderbird never has been. And well, I've kind of looked, and it's been a while, but I've looked. So this is how I've been doing it, and it worked. A bit of in and out, and remembering the tricks, you know, to make it work right. But it's getting close to being copied now, so. So when it gets done, then I can, no, I'm going to wait till it's, before I try to edit my profile in that folder. And I'm actually getting where I'm going to need a break. But wasn't expecting that so soon into my work. But oh well, I guess what I have to do, I have to do. But it's so close to being done, I'm gonna wait until that's done, I think. And then I guess what I'll do is take my break and then come back. Start with importing the Lucky Backup profiles. You don't have to. You can just. From what I remember, I believe I remember right. There's an import feature. Yeah, there is. I know there is. There's an import a profile feature, and you can just use the GUI and Lucky Backup. This thing is, if it don't get speeded up after all this is over, I may have to reboot this machine anyway. So, it's like watching paint dry, that's for sure. Normally, I'd go off and do other things. There's really not anything. Oh, I can look at the. We can look at the script. All right, it's still running. Oh, that's why. I'm running DNF installs, and what's it doing? Oh, it's installing stuff. Are those part of the updates or what? That's why the machine's running so slow. I completely forgot I was running my update and install script. But and for all I know, it might have been a real good idea because there was. I'm not sure. There was 5 to maybe 10 or even 15 things that got skipped. saying it wasn't there and stuff, wasn't available. So, yeah, 167 things. Or that could have been how many updates there were. I didn't think there was. Could have been 167 instead of 67. But, 76. Yeah, the initial updates were 76, I think. But what it just hit me, though, the things that were missing and what didn't install before, maybe after a reboot, and things, well, that doesn't really make sense because it said they weren't in the repos. I was going to say after a reboot, it might make them work for whatever reason. But, well, it could be. You know, there's always a possibility that the server where the repo server where the groups was just not reachable at the time. There could always be some sort of server glitch, you know, overloaded or something. So maybe running it again is really not a bad idea. KSysGuard, there it is. I just happened to see it. It's installing. See, I just typed in KSysGuard without all the x86 or any of that, and it found the right version. And plus its dependencies. See, there's two files there. And it's KSysGuard DD and then KSysGuard. So yeah, that's definitely the way. And if I do make another script to run, you know, off of an old system, I'm gonna get rid of all these. I think what I can do is, I'd have to show it, but I think I can get rid of all these, you know, version numbers and stuff and build my script without. I've always just left them in there because it seemed pretty hard to get them out, but I think I figured out a way to get them out in LibreOffice. You definitely don't want to go through several thousand names and try to do it manually. No way I could do that. What's this? Oh, no match for group. Now, these groups are not groups I put in there. They must be subgroups of the groups I did try to install. I don't know, but yeah, see, there's a bunch of this say no match. Clips. And see, sometimes it says at Fedora Eclipse. That's a group name, at X Software Development. So, I don't know if maybe that at or that ampersand in front of the, you know, would still work. I know I had trouble with trying to install desktops, like Make Desktop doing that. It quit working. It used to work and then it quit working. So, there's another one, at Robotics. And it shows the as installed by the group. And here's what's getting installed. OpenCV. That's one that you can use for other things too, so that might be another thing. Like OpenCV, yeah, OpenCV is used in image facial recognition software, or I don't know if it's facial recognition or just duplicate image type recognition, you know, software. There's one, I think it's facial recognition specifically. Yeah, I think it is. And I've always wanted to learn how to use that, but it was really complicated to set up and get going. So I haven't really ever done. I never have done it. I get started and then quit because they had to do it on the command line. Anyway, and I think installing and getting OpenCV running right was one of my problems. That's why I was mentioning it. So I don't know. I really didn't think there was much skipped in the original run, but it sure looks like it's installing a lot of stuff. Maybe it's just going over it. Oh yeah, is already installed. I wasn't paying attention. See, it's going, like I said, it's going through it, checking each and every one, and then it'll come out, and with most of it anyway, it's going to say, is already installed, dependencies resolved. The ones that, if there were any missing, I think it might be, if there were any missing, if I wanted to pour over this, I could see there might be some that were missing last time, but not this time, and they would have got installed. So yeah, it wouldn't be such a bad idea to run your script again once, you know, one or two more times after the first time, if there's anything missing or anything like there was with me. I didn't really think that I was just doing it to to see if my changes in my script work really. Already installed. And I think the whole thing, yeah, it's complete. Okay, and there weren't any more updates. The last thing I have is Yum update. I mean DNF update. So yeah, that's done now. So let's go ahead and well, let me see. What did I have in my? I don't know what I had in my clipboard. Let's just go ahead and save this to a file, and then I'll go back and do that. Copy. Since it's done, yeah, it's running better now. So that was the thing I was doing. I just gave it too many things to do, trying to do a major file copy at the same time as I was doing installs in DNF. I had forgotten that I was doing that. And anytime you're doing an operation in DNF, it's really using some system resources. So you better have a more powerful than quad core with 4 gig of RAM if you're going to do all that. So I forgot at the same time. Well, I mean, I guess I'm doing pretty good considering everything I got going, but trying to find the trying to copy. There it is. I didn't get it all, but that's okay. I'm just going to save it like I did last time. Put a D in front of it because I didn't get the D. Second run. Text. And I'm going to change that .sh, or it'll really confuse things. It'll probably still show up as a script. Well, no, it wouldn't. But anyway, that's some programs get confused with more than one dot in them. So that'll be the second run. Text, and I can look that over anytime I want. Yes, I want text. All right, now close terminal, and I want. Oh, they're in a different order now. Oh, because I had that open. Yeah, I better pay attention. They changed orders. One I copied was OPMDZ, and see this one's been changed because I opened up Thunderbird. So actually, my OPMDZ. Well, I'm not sure. Just open this up. I can open them both up at the same time. That won't hurt. So, and then we'll want to make sure I'm editing that one. Okay, now this one, yeah, HSU. This one, OPMDZ. So really, I can copy that out of there, I think. Okay, now let's go to the one that I actually want to edit. Should be able to just put it over that one. And the last time I commented it out, but I put it all the way to the bottom because I just thought, what if I leave it there and it screws it up somehow? But yeah, path equal the path, the profile name. That's all there is to it. But I'm just going to leave it there and comment it out. Because see, the last time I commented it out, but I put original profile. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and add that in there too. Because I'll go back in there and I'll be like, what's all that about? I think they did it instead of me. Because I don't do that real often. Okay. That way, since copying it straight from one that works is kind of, going to be less chance of doing something wrong. So, because I thought I would just edit each little line, but now I think that's the best way for me to do it. Okay, and so now if I open Thunderbird, shouldn't be too big of a deal for the system to open it now. It should just open up to my email. It'll take it a while to check it, for sure. And it never does open real fast anyway. So, especially with all of the, it would probably open a lot faster if I didn't have so much in it, because I got a lot in my. There we go. It's working, and it's checking all the emails. So, good. Yeah, Yahoo keeps sending again and again. And if it says if you're going to use, I've read an article on it at Yahoo and AOL. I read an article on it. It says if you use their services, then you agree to the terms of the services. So you're not either you're going to have to quit using them, or you're going to have to be subjected to the even way more intrusive than before. I read through some of it. So I don't know. I may delete those accounts. They're always good to have. I always thought it was good to have, some backup accounts to use for stuff. AOL is who I originally was with. I had dial-up with America Online, and that's not the same one I had. They wouldn't let me keep it when I canceled it. They were real crappy about it, and kept trying to talk me into paying for the email. When they were giving out free email left and right, so I just changed the name a little bit and made a new one, because at the time I thought I wanted it. And there's an Uptime Robot. That I think that's the one I've been going to. There's one that says it was down, and then I always highlight them with red. And then there's one that says it's okay, it was up for 2 hours. Oh, that happens to be the one where I took the server down to work on it. So, and then see, you still have your archives. I actually deleted those using filters by accident. I set up filters to delete just certain ones, and ended up deleting all those years by accident. I still have them in my old machine, but it's actually probably best because I just have so much stuff but I have filters that I set up in tools. Of course, there's junk mail, but there's message filters. You can set up filters to do all kinds of things. It's you got to be careful. You can really mess things up. They're really great, but you can mess things up too. So, of course, I'll have all kinds of. See, there's my spam. I need to. Oh, one thing I really like, that report button. I won't do it right now because I want to make sure that they all look like spam. But well, actually, I can just show you. See, since I haven't been in here in a while, I'm going to have a lot of spam. Yeah, so far everything looks like spam. And usually I've run my Thunderbird for so many years. Well, I mean, this particular one, this profile I've been using it. Well, yeah, when you do a new machine, even though you import the profile, it kind of starts new and like the spam recognition and stuff. So the spam, reporting, saying, oh, we think this is spam. That's what that little yellow deal is if you're not familiar with Thunderbird. Thunderbird thinks it's spam, but you have to train the filters by saying this is spam, or this is not spam, this is not spam. Because you get a lot of false positives in the beginning, but I haven't been getting many in the last year. So I can use this. It's called, I think it'll say, Habool plugin. And so it automatically attaches every one of those. That may be too many to go. And then you send it to spam.uce.gov. And of course, they just make a database and file it in file 13. But, maybe one day somebody gets enough reports on them, maybe they'll actually do something. But, and then what I do is talk about those mail filters. The mail filters. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Forward to government and delete. It's not moving. Forward to government and delete. That's edit. I'll show you. I worked on this real hard for years really, and every time I would get an email address that would send me keep on spamming me, they send me like 3 or 4 in a week. Then I would put them in here and say, and these get automatically sent to spam.uc.gov and webcomplaints.ora.fda.gov, and they are automatic. Anytime, I never see them; they never bother me, but they have their auto-generated. There's a lot in there, and it got so tiring keeping on. You can copy and paste, but it's still manual work. So it got so tiring doing that, I kind of quit doing it. Unless one of them really keeps on and on bugging me. Once I discovered this probably about a year ago, this Habool thing, and so you saw how easy that was to do. So I've been doing that, but I'm going to close this because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a break and I'm going to reboot everything. Since I worked the machine so hard, I don't want to have any trouble with my. So that's how I. That should be the new one now. Yeah, I just have to get out of the folder and go back, and it refreshes the folder. So that's how I transfer my profiles and keep using and completely all those email addresses. Now they're instantly, once you copy it over, all set up in Thunderbird. So do that now. Kind of lost my track of what I was doing there. So I'm going to take a break, and what my plan is right now is to come back after my break, and I did the Thunderbird, so I'll do importing my profiles into Lucky Backup, and then I'll have to change them a little. Make a new folder for this Fedora 28 because my Lenovo Wi-Fi specific backup, it's for Fedora 23, and I don't want to mix those. A lot of that I can delete as soon as I get this all up and running. A lot of the old program file folders and stuff. So there we go. That's a good start on getting this thing set back up, all ready to go. Now my email's up and running. I haven't been able to. I really haven't been I don't know what's in my emails. Actually, I might want to look at them a little bit before I come back. I might have something I need to answer or something, Okay, well, it's done. I'll be back later. Happy 4th of July.